Everybody, I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the Thomas and Mack Center just off the Vegas Strip for our main event. 12 rounds of heavyweight action between these two great warriors. The Hitman's unpredictability belies his ring walk focus. He is ready for action. He's making his way down to the ring, and he does so with a confidence where he knows he put all the hard work in, and he's ready to explode inside those ropes.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, the Hitman. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, the Giant.
All right, gentlemen, protect yourself at all times. Let's touch him up.
When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number one.
You know, just because you look the role doesn't mean you can play the role. And in a matchup like this, we know one guy has a lot of strength. You can just see the muscularity. One guy doesn't. But this sport has taught us time and time again, sometimes that doesn't matter at all.
Like the great Sugar Ray Robinson, a lot of people think the greatest fighter of all time, pound for pound. He used to say that boxing is like geometry. It's about angles, keeping somebody off balance. Not who's stronger, but who can use those assets, or who can keep the other guy from using them.
That wasn't able to land. Lands the counter.
Come on, side to side.
Showing you some defense there with the block. Halfway through round number one, able to counter that attack. Whatever game plan and strategy they may have come in with, Teddy, they may have just thrown it out the window. They're trading blows nonstop in the round one.
Everything's been thrown out the window. Everything in the room is going out the window, and we love it.
What do you think is most misunderstood about the heavyweight division?
I think it's human nature for people to see these big Goliaths, that they start to think that, hey, they're more sure of themselves, that these guys have more of an abundance of security about themselves, about confidence. And really, it's the opposite. In some ways, these big giants, they're really unsure of themselves because they know they can do damage. They're also worried about damage being done to them.
Able to dismiss that body shot. And there's the left hand working well for him again. Ten seconds to go in this round. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Good defensive skill. Well done that time, landing the counter punch. Defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Halfway through this round here. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Blocks the headshot. 10 seconds remaining in this round. Good scoring counter punch by the hitman. End of the round here, and as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was, and you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
Good block there by the hitman. That is a big right hand after eating one himself. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Blocks away that headshot. shots. He comes back with a right hand. Well done that time, landing the counter punch.
Keep working the jab.
Ten seconds to go in this third round. Fine fundamentals, good counter punch. End of this round. Joe and Teddy sitting ringside with you. It gives us time to reflect on the bigger picture of boxing. You know, it was interesting. We had a fan walk up to you earlier today and say, hey, I know you learned everything from the legendary Cus D'Amato, the great trainer. And he said to you, what's the one thing you took away from all your years with Cus? What did you say to him?
Well, it wasn't a paycheck, I'll tell you that much, because Cus didn't believe in paying you for that. He said you're going to college, you're getting a valuable education, and you're not even being forced to pay a tuition. So I understood that. We worked 7 days a week, so there was no union. Cus believed in working on Sundays, so you couldn't go complain and say I'm being overworked. But I think seriously that the most important thing that I learned, of course, that from a technical standpoint, you have to be really secure in those areas. No matter how much talent a fighter has, you have to teach them right, teach them the fundamentals, but mentally. You have to understand that a fighter's really always under fear. And you have to understand those dimensions, those parameters. And you have to be able to find a way to get in there, understanding how he feels mentally, and understanding how that can impair his judgment, stop him from doing simple physical things.
He scored well after being hit himself. Good block by the Giant. 90 seconds to go in round number 4. Sending more than one at him now, the combo to the head. Oh, very nice. Smart counter punch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
Ten seconds to go in the fourth. Nice block by the hitman. So they close out that round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, I know you watch very closely how these trainers go about their business. You were under the tutelage of one of the true legends of the game, the great Cus D'Amato.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate. Quite honestly, those opportunities, situations probably don't exist anymore because we've lost a lot of those, you know, really great trainers and managers that boxing was their whole life. I spent 7 years with Cus D'Amato, and they learned the nuts and bolts from a physical, technical point of view of what's important to give to a fighter, but the psychological part, to understand the pressures that a fighter is under, the fears that a fighter deals with. And if you don't understand that, all the other things don't mean anything, because you have to understand how a fighter's feeling to understand why he's behaving or not behaving a certain way.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Solid counter punch by the hitman. Great pace to this fight, Teddy. These guys are not coming out of 5th gear. Nobody's slowing down.
No, they're fighting a 6th, 7th, and 8th gear.
Well-placed counter punch by the Giant. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what will come back at him.
As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
You need to capitalize on his mistakes, okay?
Back to action here at the start of this round. That last round was very interesting because it was the kind of round that can turn a fight in a completely new direction. He did well.
Yeah, you know, the old-time saying was bad start, good finish. Well, that's what he's hoping for, good finish.
Another jab comes in. Well, it may be one of the most impressive characteristics and traits in all of boxing, and we're seeing it on display here. He has an iron chin. The exchange was something special. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back.
Up and down, side to side.
Nice block by the Giant. Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Good looking counter punch. Well, he took one right there, but then he targeted one right back. Fires right back at him. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. comes right back with some offense of his own.
In and out.
Oh, what an exchange. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Good job staying away from the danger there. The end to another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. The fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
Good block there by the Giant. That's a good block by the Hitman. That's a tried and true method that works out very well. The counterpunch landing by the Giant. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautifully.
Well, Cus D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
Good way to protect the midsection. Halfway through the 7th round. Job protecting himself. Nice block. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Coming towards the end of the 7th round, 10 seconds to go.
Jab, use the jab.
Here we are at the start of another round. A round that could simply add on to a new direction and a new course that this fight has taken. I really liked what he was able to do in that last round. Now, he's behind on the scorecards, but you get the sense that the momentum is starting to roll his way.
Well, you get the sense that it's starting to become his kind of fight now.
He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Very nice defensive guard there.
You're taking too many punches. Hands up. Beat it to the punch.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Well-targeted counterpunch by the Hitman. The halfway point of round number 8. Good block by the Hitman. Gets rid of that effort. Accurate counterpunch by the Hitman. That was off the mark. Well, he told us all week long, hey, I want to keep it on the outside. I don't care where he is. This fight's not going his way right now.
No, it's not. And I don't care how long he is, how tall he is, but just look at his feet. When he throws punches, they're sliding forward. And that's why he's not keeping that advantage on the outside.
Ten seconds to go in this round. Another round underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. Took a shot, now he gives a left. And a big right hand by the Hitman. And he pulls the trigger again. Blocks that belt line well. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
His cheek has been split wide open. A stinging counterpunch after some fine defense by the Hitman.
Teddy, it's one of my favorite times of one of our fight broadcasts. When we make the declaration, he has to have a knockout to win.
And how's he going to do it? Well, I think he's got to be a photographer. He's got to be a guy that goes in the dark room, really, Joe, and start looking at the negatives. During the night, a lot of pictures have been taken. He's got to go now and look back at those pictures and remember something, that he saw something. He saw a moment. He saw a spot where the guy dropped his hand. He pulled back, and he's got to go, and he's got to act on that moment.
Giant stunned, and he is hurt.
Well, where was this earlier? All of a sudden now you see he's being effective and being aggressive and outworking his man, when for most of the fight, he was the one being outworked.
Well, eating about 2 dozen jabs, you know what? It can change your mind a little bit. He figures now, let the other guys start eating a little.
What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me Somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Sharp 3 punches landing by the Giant. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. He's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Accurate counter punch by the Hitman. Nice block by the Giant. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. Able to cover up that gut. Parries that punch intended for the head. Good looking counter punch. The Giants' opponent's probably looking at him right now saying, wow, you're not changing anything up. You know, he got to him moments ago. Now he's got the same style that he's looking at again.
Yeah, but he got to him moments ago. Got to him one time. I think right now it's too early to all of a sudden throw everything out the window. But look for an adjustment if things don't change. If he can't get away from those punches, if he keeps having problems, he gets stunned again, then you might have to look for a change. You might have to make a change if you're going to survive.
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go the distance. Up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. What a fight. What a great, great, non-stop action fight this has been. Looks like he has some blood under his eye around the cheek. Able to cover up that gut. well-placed counter by the Giant. Blocks that punch. That worked out really well, throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Good defensive skill. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. And Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Way to block there. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Nice block by the hitman. Comes right back with some offense of his own. His opponent wanted the body, he wouldn't give it to him. And a well-placed counter by the Giant. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Good scoring counter punch by the Giant. The twists and turns and the non-stop battle, it continues on as we've reached the 1 minute mark to go. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action non-stop.
Well, Joe, with special offensive happening in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. We got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Well, that wraps it up. Now, let's send it up to our ring announcer for the decision.
We go to the judges' scorecards. All three judges score the fight. A unanimous decision. Your winner, the Giant.
Your winner by unanimous decision tonight.
I'm not so sure it was unanimous. I had it a little bit close. I had a split decision, but had the same man winning.
All three judges in agreement here ringside. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying thanks for being with us.